Hey everyone, in this video I want to show you how you can use very basic and simple rhythmic figures and rhythmic phrases and actually apply those to a song, or in this case, a blues. I'm going to show you how you can grab a 12-bar blues and use this concept in your practice. And you can literally do this like at the end of your practice routine where you just want to actually play and practice musicality. You can do what I'm going to show you now, which is grabbing a very basic rhythm and just use the simple blues scale, how you can combine that rhythm with the blues scale and play over a blues. Then you can combine that same rhythm, and I'm going to show you how you can combine it with chord tones and chord inversions. And even with just 3 notes of the chords, not even the 4 notes, you can actually grab 2 notes, 3 notes, and combine the rhythm with those notes and instantly sound a lot more musical. If you don't know me yet, I'm Lorenzo Ferrero. I'm a Latin Grammy award-winning saxophonist, arranger, and composer. And I've been developing educational content for the past 6 years. I'm originally from Peru. I live in Los Angeles. I studied at Berklee College of Music, and my career has taken me in so many musical paths that I'm lucky enough to have learned from so many amazing musicians. And now I'm on a mission to share these valuable tips with all of you, especially with my method, which is all about simplifying your practice and actually doing certain things that will actually boost your musicality. Because in today's world, there's so many overwhelming videos and so many ways to do things that sometimes it's more detrimental than beneficial, because I have so many students that tell me, you know what, I don't even know what to practice anymore. There's so much information, and I go from YouTube video to YouTube video, and here I am on YouTube. But what I'm trying to do here is to simplify it for you. I'm a big fan of practicing just a few things at a time and not overcomplicating your practice. Don't do 15 things in your practice session. Just do 3 things for 2 weeks, and then when you add a new one, rotate them. So never do more than 3 or 4 things, because you're not going to get good at any of those if you do that. Just focus on a few things at a time. For instance, if you watch some of my YouTube videos, and at the end of this one, you'll see links to the other educational videos. I'm always talking about something very specific that you can do, either if it's the matrix or just practice 2 chords at a time, or what I'm going to show you today, which is practicing simple rhythms over a tune. You can pick one of these strategies and just do that for a week or 2 weeks and just focus on that. And then what you can do is actually save my videos. If you like the stuff that I'm putting out, save my instructional videos and try to do one concept every week or every 2 weeks. And I promise you that you will drastically improve, because my concept here is about simplifying it, just boosting your melodic language by applying simple rhythms, starting with rhythmic vocabulary, which is really the most important and underrated element in music, and then at the same time gaining chord fluency, but 2 chords at a time. Don't play an entire chord progression necessarily if you can't master 2 chords. Now, what I wanted to show you now is how you can grab rhythms and actually start sounding more musical, even if you use very simple elements like the blues scale, right? But because you're thinking on rhythm, internalizing the rhythm, you can actually infuse and attach that rhythm to a blues scale and to simple chords and sound a lot more musical. Now, in my other videos, I talk in more detail about how you can enhance your rhythmic vocabulary and how you can gain chord fluency. So this video is more of a complement to those. So let's get started. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a simple rhythm. I'm going to play here in G blues for the tenor, so F concert. And I'm just going to play, gonna think of a very simple rhythm like 1, 2, 3, 4, ba ba do ba 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 do ba 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 do ba 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 do ba. Okay, and I'm just gonna use the blues scale and try to attach that rhythm to the blues scale. You see how by just thinking on that rhythm, my blues scale actually sounded more musical. So here's the thing. I love enhancing your rhythmic vocabulary, because the more you do that, you will actually enhance everything that you already know. If you already know scales, if you already know chords, instead of learning more complicated stuff, boost your rhythmic language first and then infuse whatever you already know with that rhythmic language, and you will start sounding more musical. I prefer to hear a solo with great rhythm and simple devices than a very complicated, crazy bebop solo with a lack of rhythmic vocabulary, because rhythm is going to make you sound more musical. So I had that rhythm, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, ba, ba do ba, ba, ba do ba. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine another rhythm, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, ba, ba do ba. How about now I do maybe a different one? So ba ba boo da, ba ba boo da. So now we have the two rhythms together. 1, 2, 3, 4, ba ba do ba, ba 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 da, ba. Right? So now you get a nice balance. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, ba ba do ba, ba 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 da, ba ba do ba, ba 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 da. Both rhythms starts on the downbeat, but that's an easy way to start. Pick two simple rhythms like that, and now I'm gonna grab again the same blues scale and attach those two rhythms to my scale. So here we go. You see how it instantly sounds more musical just because I came up with that rhythm first and I internalized it. And here's the thing, you're gonna hear me say this a lot on my videos, but sing the rhythm 100 times if you need to. Just sing it, sing it, sing it until you don't have to think about the rhythm. I always recommend that first use a device you know very well and you don't have to think about, like a scale, a blues scale, or a major scale. And then when you work on rhythm, pick one rhythm and sing it many times until it's completely internalized and you don't have to think about it. Then, only then, you attach that rhythm to the scale. That way, you don't think when you play. That's the goal here, to take your brain away, because if you're thinking on the notes and on what you have to do, you won't sound musical. This needs to come natural to you. And musicality, I do believe you can actually practice it. If you enhance the rhythm, which rhythm is the how of everything you do, and then you attach it and work on implementing simple rhythms to elements that you already know, like scales and chords, then you can enhance the musicality. And by that, you enhance the power, the musical power that a scale can have, right? If I tell you right now to improvise using the major scale or a blues scale, how musical can you actually be with that device alone, right? A lot of people, me included, back when I was starting out, I wanted to go to the next complicated thing. It's like, I want to infuse my playing with overimpositions and crazy chords, but I was not able to play musical with just one scale. I went back to all of that. Well, you know what? I'm going to go back to the basics. I want to keep infusing my playing with awesome rhythmic language. And here's the thing, when you work on rhythm, whatever you know keeps getting better. So I constantly know that if I keep working on rhythm, I'm going to sound more like me and better and more particular, because we all have different tastes. So all the rhythms that I'm transcribing and that I'm liking, they're mine, because I like them. You might like a different set of rhythms, and that's the awesome and beautiful thing. You want to sound like you. So let's go back to the blues, right? Ba-da, ba-da, ba-ba, ba-da, ba-ba-do-ba, ba-ba, ba-da, ba-ba-do-ba, ba-ba, ba-da. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with the chord tones, okay? Chord inversions and chord tones. I like the name inversions because it's easier to play a melodic structure when you think on inversions, okay? So now I'm going to play with an actual blues, G7. It's going to be a traditional blues, so with the regular 5 and 4, okay? You can see the chords right here. I'm going to put them here so you can see them, right? And what I'm going to do is play first inversion over all of the chords. So I'm going to apply first inversion, just descending to the chords of a blues so you can see how it sounds, okay? And I'm just going to use, for now, let's keep it simple. I'm just going to use ba 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 da as my rhythm, right? A 1, 2, the same thing with the G7, right? I'm just playing G7 first inversion there and only ascending. Now, I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to play around ascending and descending, okay? So same inversions, but I love just doing descending as well because it gives you instantly another option with the same fingerings pretty much. Never underestimate the power of doing the same thing descending. It just gives you another melodic possibility, right? So I'm going to alternate between ascending and descending. A one, two, See, that already sounds a lot cooler. So this is all, my concept is all about this. Very simple steps. The only thing the first thing I did was infuse basic rhythms to the blues scale. You can totally solo like that and sound great. Now I'm showing you how apply one simple inversion, like first inversion, with one basic rhythm. Now I'm simply alternating between ascending and descending and playing around with the octaves. Still the same rhythm. That's the next step. See how already cool that sounds? So 3 devices right now, right? Basic rhythms with the blues scale. Now basic rhythm with one inversion only. So first inversion, ascending and then descending, mixing. That already gives me 3 beautiful things to practice, right? Now I can go and do one more. How about I break up the chords a little bit? So you can see right here, I have all the chords of the blues in first inversion, ascending written out. So you can write them down like this. If you want to simply do the descending option, you have to just read it backwards. You don't have to write the whole thing again. Now, if I want to apply melodic cells and actually break down the chords more, which you can see on my other video where I'm talking about how to master 2 chords at a time, I show you how you can break them up and create melodic cells. So what I can do right now is simply visually, once you have this and you're comfortable with it, I'm going to visually just break the chord, and maybe first inversion, instead of playing it right, I can change the order and simply the same way you would read it left to right or backwards right to left. I can also read them in different orders, right? The idea of having a visual aid, because a lot of people just struggle with thinking about the chords. I don't want you to think. I want you to just write them down. If you're the one who writes them down, the process is very deep and profound. You're actually going to get better by just writing it down. And then just read it. Read it, read it, read it. And what happened to me, and what I see happens, is there's a point where you just don't have to read it anymore. It's all in your fingers now. But read it until you get to that point. Just have the aid, the visual aid, okay? I'm all about making it easier for you, okay? So I'm gonna play the same thing, same rhythm, ba 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 da, ba 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 da. Just that rhythm for now. And I'm going to play the same first inversion, but now I'm going to mix ascending, descending, and break up the chords and change the order. Totally random. So I don't even know what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of destroy and mess around with the chords, but only chord tones. I'm playing the same notes you see right here, just in different orders and ascending and descending. All right. You see how that already sounds a lot more interesting just by breaking up the chords. And now this is basic chord progression right here, right? Basic blues chord progression. Now, just to take it to the next level, let's do the same thing. And we're going to change here to a jazz blues, all right? So now we get more sophisticated chords. You get the little jazz turnaround and the 2-5, and then the 2-5 of 2 as well right here. But I want to keep it simple, right? So in the 2-5 of 2 here in measure, you're going to see there's 2 chords on that measure. So you can either just play a bunch of eighth notes to cover both chords, or keep the same rhythm and play half of the notes. What I'm going to do right now is just play a bunch of eighth notes so that I can cover the inversion on both chords so that you can get that sound, right? So let's do it. Let's do the same thing right now. You can see as I have it written down is first inversion over each chord. I only wrote the ascending version. I'm going to now play around doing ascending or descending, randomly reading them backwards and randomly changing the order and breaking up the chords. So it's going to sound like a chord tone soloing, which is the name. But the fact that I have the inversions here, in this case, just first inversion to get me going. Now you can apply this with, you can write any inversion really, but first inversion, I personally like it. And it boosts a lot of melodic ideas personally. So I'm going to use it. I'm gonna break up the chords and you're gonna get that beautiful sound. Now pay attention because now we have a more sophisticated harmony, right? A one, two. See how cool it already sounds. You're just really working on the chord tones and awakening a lot of ideas, unlocking melodic ideas, right? Now you can totally bounce around just the blues scale, like I did initially, and the chord tones, and create a beautiful balance of the blues scale, which gives you that nice bluesy sound, right? And then the chord tones, which give you a more melodic and jazzy sound, right? Just those two elements with my basic rhythm. Ba 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 da, ba 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 da, right? So let's do it. A one, two. See there, you can get away from that rhythm as well. So once you have the rhythm really well, you can mix two rhythms like I did initially, or you can also do the rhythm, then get away from it, play eighth notes and mumble around, and then come back to the rhythm and make the rhythm kind of locking that musicality. And that will sound like this. How cool, just by basing my solo on that initial rhythm just makes it all musical, and then you come back to it, get away from it, come back to it, get away from it. This is how even classical composers really mastered, is that motivic development. Rhythm will enhance your motivic development, will make your solo sound more connected. Now imagine if you play 3 choruses and you're able to repeat that initial rhythm in different spots, how connected that's gonna sound. The listener's gonna be like, oh, cool, I've heard that before, that's nice. That's musicality. Rhythm is the most primitive thing, so is what people connect to the most. Then after that, you can add all the bebop and crazy and chromatic approach. I'll have more other videos about chromatic approach. I didn't want to focus on that today. Just want to focus on this very simple element, using rhythm on a blues, okay? Now let's take it to the next level and we'll finish with this one. I'm going to add now 2 rhythms like I did initially, and then get away from them, come back to them. So it's going to be a 2-measure phrase. Let's think about a new one maybe. We'll start with a ba 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 da ba da boo ba. How about that? 1, 2, 3, 4 ba 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 da ba da ba doo ba 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 boo ba. Now I have a 5 notes, so if I use chord tones, I repeat them, or I play the blues scale, whatever I do, but I'm gonna respect that. It's gonna be a 1, 2, 3, 4 ba 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 da ba 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 boo ba 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 da ba boo ba 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 da ba 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 boo ba 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 da ba da ba doo ba 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 da ba da ba doo ba 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 da ba da ba doo ba. Sing it like that. Go through the entire chorus just singing. Then I'm comfortable with it. Let's do it. I'm going to combine the blues scale and chord inversions, and this time I'm just going to play these 2 rhythms like that, and then later on I'll break them up and I'll play something else. Right now, just the 2 rhythms. Ba 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 da ba da ba doo ba. 1, 2. So I was respecting those 2 rhythms, and I start feeling the groove of it, and musical ideas come right away. Rhythm is a great way to extract music out of you. if you know the resources well. I know very well these chords and I've played them many times, so I have no problem. I don't have to think about these chords at all. So the only thing I need is let the rhythm guide me and play very musical. It's almost like a call and response. Sometimes I feel I'm like a big band by myself. That's how I look at this. Now, for this last one, I'm just gonna do the same, but now I'm gonna get away from the rhythm and come back to it. So you'll notice the musicality that it brings when I get away from it and come back to it, right? Ba 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 da, ba 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 boo ba, right? Alright everyone, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you found this video useful, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so that you can get notified next time I post a video. I'm posting at least 1 or 2 educational videos every single week. So please make sure to drop in the comments what kind of videos would you like to see more. Maybe you can tell me what is your biggest struggle in improvisation, composition, or anything musical related or saxophone related so that I can make sure to include it on my future videos. Also, I wanted to let you know I have a full improvisation system called my Jazz Improvisation Mastery System. It's an amazing online course and community that I'm building, and it's growing every single day, where I help musicians and saxophone players all over the world drastically boost their improvisation skills. I have a step-by-step framework with videos, resources, and a community where I post weekly and I give exclusive awesome material. So make sure to check it out. I've left a link in the description as well with a very special offer for you because you watched this video. So make sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.